the two reasons that most scholars think were behind his execution have to do with his conflict with the Sadducees, who were in charge of the temple. There were two reasons. The first is a prophecy that he made, which basically goes something like that in Mark. I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another not made with hands. Now, this wasn't Jesus actually talking about something he was going to do. He was actually just pronouncing a prophecy. It's nothing to do with him. So it's not like he said, I am going to destroy the temple. So they had to stop him from destroying the temple. And frankly, for anybody to make this claim, it would have been just absurd for anybody, one single person, to decide to destroy the temple. How do you do that? It's ridiculous. It's absurd. So this could not have been actually. So it wasn't, to start with, something Jesus claimed about himself as something he was going to do. And it made no sense. It could not have been a cause for the crucifixion of Jesus, even though that's what scholars think. It's one of the reasons. The second, and this is more serious, it's the direct cause of his execution according to Western scholars. He he basically went into the temple and he caused a major disturbance. He attacked traders in the temple. And I'm going to read the account according to Mark here and make a few comments about it. He entered the temple and began to drive out those who were selling and those who were buying in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. He argued, Jesus argued, that obviously this is the house of prayer, not den of robbers, as he put it. So, and then Mark goes on to say, when the chief priests and the scribes heard it, as in heard the commotion and heard what Jesus was doing, when they heard it, they kept looking for a way to kill him. So as you can see, the gospel, Mark here, claims that this was a direct cause for the Sadducees to try and seek the execution of Jesus. Now, the problem again with this account is completely unrealistic. So, the temple covered a huge area, usually estimated to be between 26 to 36 acres. This is huge. Most of that area was what is known as the court of the Gentiles, because Gentiles could also enter there. And that is actually the area where Jesus was supposed to have created this commotion, going around kicking every table, etc., that he saw. Now that area, and the temple in general, was protected by armed guards. He would have been immediately arrested. He could not have created any sustained kind of commotion or attack on anyone else in there. He would have immediately picked up by the guards there. And Jesus being a wise man, at least to say the least, he was wise enough to know his action would have been completely futile. Indeed, nothing happened as a result of what he did. The practice there in that area continued as is. Nothing changed, according to history, until the temple was destroyed 40 years later. So it just didn't make any sense. It wouldn't have made any sense to Jesus to attempt anything like that. I mean, you can understand if he went there preaching, telling people about certain things specifically that were wrong, not everything, because this place, the court of the Gentiles, was actually the place where people who came to visit for their pilgrimage to visit the temple, foreigners exchange foreign currency for shekels because they needed to pay the temple tax. Also, it is in that very area sacrificial animals were being sold. So people had to buy and then do their sacrifices. So Jesus' action, according to the Gospels, would have actually stopped the temple from operating as a place for offering sacrifice. It didn't make any sense. So both concerns, again, these two, they are unrealistic. He did not mean that he was going to destroy the temple, and he could not have attacked those traders the way at least described in the Bible. He wasn't a violent person anyway. What happened to him to suddenly lose his mind and commit something that's completely irrational, completely futile, and can only hurt him and would not fix the problem supposedly he was trying to fix? Completely irrational and historical meaning.